I'm particularly grateful my wife's come. Also grateful for the fact that she's my first sexual partner who didn't tell me that I was shit at sex. All the others said I was. And what I don't understand about all the ones who did tell shit at sex, I don't quite understand is, how could they all have made their mind up after only 2 minutes? I don't understand. So I've got a trick. I've got a trick now. Gabby did specifically ask that. I said this is a joke, by the way. And the trick is that you buy, men, pay attention, the trick is that you buy extra thick condoms, right? Although they're associated mainly with anal sex. People know that? You guys know? Anyway, you buy extra condoms and you wear the whole pack at once. And it just takes the edge off. When I said 2 minutes, when I mentioned about sex lasting in 2 minutes, by the way, I was exaggerating for comedic effect. And what I actually meant was that those 2 minutes include a drink and a meal and a film as well, the trilogy of Lord of the Rings. The only problem with buying extra thick condoms, though, is that the chemist obviously assumes that you're gay, which is fine. I'm a modern guy, I think that's okay. Except for the fact the chemist is my mother. Which is a bit uncomfortable. But she works at Boots and gets a 20% discount, and I just find all the shame and confusion on her face is worthy for 20% off. Yeah, so there you are. We're married. We're married for about 4 years or so. It's really nice. I really recommend it. I've got 2 beautiful children, but obviously the sex life will suffer. Sex life obviously suffers when you've got young children. They drain you. They kill you, really. And I've reached the point in my life where my most sensual and sexual moment on an everyday basis is cleaning my ears with cotton bud. The men will all know, you've read in the papers and so on that we're supposed to have sex 3 times a week for our prostate. You know that? Yeah? You guys, hello? Yeah? You guys know that? Supposed to have sex 3 times a week for a healthy prostate? Krista, you know this? Yeah, it's true. And my question is, does masturbation count? As many men would probably ask as well. Personally, for me, it's a life or death question. When I came on, I was really tempted to come on, as some boys, any boy who plays football will kind of want to know this. You just enjoy celebrating a goal, you know what I mean? Even when you're not even playing football. Some men might get it, some women might get it as well. Just that sort of feeling of just coming on and just wanting to sort of go, goal! You know that feeling, men? Women? Anyone? Are people joining me on this journey? Yeah. Thanks, my friends in the middle of it. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, just a slight bit of audience participation here, a little bit. If you had to guess what continent that footballer that I was kind of impersonating, what continent that footballer would come from, where would you guess? Anyone?
South America.
Beautiful. Did you really? You knew that already. You didn't know. Thanks. Yeah, he didn't know that. South America was in my mind, yeah. South America. So for some reason, many of you, even the shy ones, would have associated South America with kind of that over-the-top, that sort of over-the-top, wild, splenetic, almost injurious to health footballing celebration. And what I was thinking about it, I do sometimes do that sort of celebration at home, and it came to mind, and I was thinking, is South America... Sorry, I'll try this again. Is everything in South America, let's try it one more time. Practically, let's get the grammar right, that's so important. Does everything in South America involve that level of emotional intensity? Does everything involve that sort of level of wildness? So for example, just join me on my journey into South American village here. So for example, Juanito, it's time for your supper. Come downstairs, my darling. But Mama, I am just completing a fairly simple, I must say, jigsaw puzzle of a little white kitten inside a bowler hat. It is very cute and quite simple, I must be honest. In fact, I have completed it! Oh, Juanito! Alfredo, come in from the fields. Take off your white peasant outfit. Throw aside your scythe and throw your son into the air with your large, brave mustachio. Oh, my son. It could be like that. I hope that the people who enjoy me that, I hope you enjoy that. Or does the opposite apply? We watch the footballers going bananas on TV. I don't watch much football, but we watch footballers going bananas on TV, and that is true joy. That is true love. Do South Americans watch these footballers celebrating? And does everything in their life actually pale in comparison to these celebrations? Does every bit of joy in these people's lives in these people's lives just simply be compared to what the footballers are actually celebrating. So, for example, that sentence wasn't a very good sentence. I'm actually a teacher. But it wasn't a good sentence, yeah. But it's difficult. You're thinking on your feet. It is difficult. So for example, this is paling into comparison. This is the second part of the joke, right? So, Senor Gonzalez, we are delighted to present you with your firstborn son. Oh, wait. Now I go, wait, but where's the crowd? Where are the 60,000 people standing cheering my name and my son's name? What a total, absolute silence. What a total and utter disappointment. I was so hoping for a proper celebration, and I so wanted to do this. Moving on. This is my first time at comedy in quite a few years, and trouble is you can't practice, so I know now. Just lose the second part, South American. Doesn't really work. You can't. I tried it with Gary.
I liked it.
Thank you very much. Cheers. I appreciate that. We talk about businesses and synergies within business. So if you've got a kebab shop, it definitely makes sense to sell burgers. Yeah, makes sense, right? And then if you sell burgers, you might as well sell pizzas and Chinese, and probably Italian. You might as well, it's a synergy. It's a business synergy. You know, if you've got a builder's warehouse, you might as well sell turf and topsoil. It makes sense. A business synergy that always I question in some way is if you're a key cutter, you must also be a cobbler. I don't follow that. What is it? Is it when the guy's selling you the key cutting kit, which isn't that very hard to use, let's be honest, right? When he's selling it, does he go, well, listen, mate, I've sold you the key cutting kit and you're going to pay us, 800 quid a month for the next 24 years, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw in this upside down metal heel and a hammer and a bit of glue. There you go, it's yours. I don't want it. Oh, no, it's included. I've got loads of them. Just do it. Everyone expects it of you. Just do it. Business synergies. Yeah. Shall I keep going?
Yeah.
It's okay. Sorry. I've nearly finished. I've only got two more jokes. In fact, just two more jokes. Barry mentioned the in the night garden, and we've got a tape that we listen to all the time in the car, obviously with young children. Anyone got kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound really pleased. And we've got a tape we listen to that. It's a brilliant tape. It's called Silly Songs. It's really, really very, very good. And it's very jaunty and really nicely produced, and the kids love it. But there's one song that always makes us, kind of alerts us to a strange theme within the just within the tape. And it goes like this. It goes. Very jaunty. This little cow eats grass, which is fine. Yeah. This little cow eats hay. I'm starting a terrible key. This little cow drinks water. This cow runs away, and that's fine. You've got all these different cows. You say, look, like, kill me. This little cow does nothing, and then it gets switched out. Drop the key, right? This little cow does nothing, but just lays down all day. Yeah, we're going with the cows, all different types of cows, drinking, eating, doing all kinds of things, and then. This song gets a bit strange because then you talk about the last cow who's lying down all day, and the song goes, we'll chase her, we'll chase her, we'll chase her, we'll chase her right away. I'm like, that's a bit right away. That's a bit old conservative. All the cows are fine. The one who's doing nothing, we're gonna fuck up, right? That's what they're saying. That's like swearing, obviously, right? That's what they're saying. And then the second verse is like you really start to question what the political direction of this tape. And it sort of goes, oh, this little man's from London, this little man's from Leeds, this little man's from Cornwall, this man's from Dumfries, this little man's from Albania, and has come seeking political asylum. He's taking white working class jobs. Right? Would have maybe worked better without them. I'll leave you with this. It's probably best. We, as you say, got two beautiful daughters, and we're thinking about that one. So we thought it'd be nice, a good thing for the world, maybe to adopt. Nice to adopt, to share the love, bring someone in who's had a not so great life. And we went to the adoption agency. They're very, very nice indeed. Had a preliminary meeting. Everything went fine. And we just said, at the end, about half an hour appointment, the lady said, "Any other questions?" So my wife just said, "The thing is, we really, really like chubby babies." So I piped in and I said, listen, we don't care race, we're very open-minded, as I say, we really are. Race, religion, creed, background, nothing, no problem with any of that. We just want a fatty I suggest you know little fat thighs that you can't get both your fingers around, a bum like two raising loads with dimples on it you want to bite, 6 chins, wrists that look like they've got an elastic band around them, a fatty, we want a fatty! Anyone with fat children, you'll know it's good. And with all